We are so excited to be here today with Kirstin, one of our Master's in Counseling Psychology students. My name is Dr. Sylvie Shuttleworth. I'm the department chair at Bastyr University for Counseling and Health Psychology, and specifically also oversee our Master's in Counseling program. But Kirstin, what I was hoping we could talk to you a little bit about today is that you're actually a naturopathic medical student that then added the Master's in Counseling program. So initially you came to Bastyr University as a naturopathic medicine student. So what drew you to Bastyr University?
Yeah. So when I first found out about naturopathic medicine, Bastyr was one of the first things that came up because it's the leading school, honestly, in naturopathic medicine, and they're known to be really evidence-based, have a lot of really big name people in the field of research from Bastyr University. And so I was really excited to go to such a science-backed school in naturopathic medicine. And then when I found out we had a campus in San Diego, I was like really excited to be in Southern California. So
yes, definitely the location helps as well. And then, so you're doing this rigorous naturopathic medicine curriculum, going through that program as a student, but then you made the choice and the decision to add the Master's in Counseling Psychology program. Can you tell us a little bit about your motivation to do that?
Yeah. So I've always been really interested in mental health. And one of the awesome things about Bastyr on the ND side is that we're taught some counseling classes from you, Dr. Shuttleworth. And so I kind of got a taste of how counseling work looked like and how useful it could be in the medical field as well. And so I was really eager just to broaden my toolkit and to learn as much as I could about mental health so I could really be a well-rounded practitioner. And it's been really cool to see in clinic already how useful my counseling skill set has been and how helpful it is as a medical practitioner.
Wow, so you're already noticing some of the counseling-based skill set that you're learning, how that's supporting your work as a naturopathic doctor in training.
Oh, 100%. It's been so cool to see even like how much as a student, not even close to graduating yet, but like how much broader my knowledge base is in mental health with my counseling background now, and just how much of a difference having these skills makes when you're working with patients, because mental health is so crucial to all pathology in the body, but for all medical approaches. So yeah, it's been really helpful already.
Could you tell us a little bit about maybe any specific courses you took in the Master's in Counseling program that have helped to foster that skill set and that approach?
Yeah, definitely. This might not be a fun one for everyone, but one of the ones I really liked was our theories classes, where you just learn different counseling theories, primarily because you learn different interventions through different counseling theories. And some of my favorite ones were like feminist theory and Gestalt and person-centered. And I learned so many just really clinically applicable skills in those theories classes. And it was so cool to see, you learn an intervention, and then we're lucky in our program also to get to work in the clinic as counseling students as well. So like using those skills immediately, those interventions that I'd used with clients. So it was a really helpful course for me.
Yeah, and for you being a dual track student, having rotations through our university clinic, where on one side you're emphasizing the naturopathic medicine, but then having separate shifts where you're actually emphasizing the counseling skills that you're learning.
Yeah.
So as a dual track student, things that maybe you wish you would have known when you took that on, or maybe words of wisdom you had received from other students that were doing a dual track degree?
Yeah, I did reach out at the very beginning when I started the program and got some advice from some older students who I'd seen, thrive throughout their time in Bastyr. And I think the biggest, it's a busy program. I'm not going to lie, being in dual track can be a lot, you're taking on a lot, but I think one of the cool things about doing these dual track programs at the same time is, one, you're at the same school. So your schedules are taken care of, everything works out and is all manageable. And one of the best parts about the counseling program, I think too, is that people like you, Dr. Shuttleworth and Dr. Piper, are so supportive to us. And so I really feel like we can individualize our education and really have that support and mentorship that we need while taking on so much at the same time. So while it is a lot, I think we have the support that we need through doing both programs. And then the other thing is that a lot of the counseling program is kind of utilizing a different part of your brain than the naturopathic medical side is. And at the same time, it's also really doing a lot of that necessary self-growth and internal work that is completely necessary to be a good counselor and to be any type of good practitioner. So it kind of ends up having a really good balance between the two programs, because, you know, naturopathic medicine, so like you're doing science, you're doing things like that all the time, versus the counseling side is like you're really developing a different skill set that is also so crucial on the naturopathic medical side. So
yeah, that makes a lot of sense, where you get to tap into these two sides of your brain, where on the naturopathic side, it's a lot of that, can be a lot of that science-based work. And of course, it has an art to it as well. But then on the counseling side, it has its own science and evidence, but there's an artistic piece to it, to having that balance of the two aspects.
yeah, definitely.
And I'm so happy to hear that you feel supported. I want to say that that's something we pride ourselves on in our program, is to make sure that every student feels heard, feels seen, feels supported by the faculty and the administration, because it can be a lot to take on, and we want to make it as smooth as possible. Kirstin, you got me thinking in terms of thinking about some of the pieces that complement each other in the two programs that you're doing. And I was thinking about one of the themes that I feel crosses both programs is that holistic, integrative emphasis, the mind, body, spirit connection. And I was wondering if you could speak a little bit to how you've experienced that in the counseling program.
Yeah, definitely. I think one of the biggest ways of experience it is the types of people that are attracted to our program in general are people who are aware of that holistic approach. And it's been so cool to see from my peers this like breadth of knowledge that they bring about alternative medicine in general, about the connection between the mind and the body, and whether that's like one of my classmates is a yoga instructor, and one of them does like breath work, and like a lot of people just have really cool skills and like have just all of this experience in alternative medicine. And our program is very like discussion based. So a lot of times we'll have a lecture, but then in classes, we're able to like really talk things out and really share experiences and really kind of process together. So with the people that have been attracted to this program and my peer group specifically, I've learned so much from them just from their experiences and sharing their wealth of knowledge all in this holistic perspective. So it's a really cool community where the whole community really emphasizes this mind, body, spirit. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you make such a good point. And I think that speaks to our cohort model, where we keep these smaller, intimate class sizes, where it gives that opportunity for discussion. And then to your point, we attract people who have that emphasis, that interest in holistic care. So then you've got all of these experts in the room that are bringing in these different alternative modalities that they've been trained on, and sharing new perspectives, which is such a powerful piece. And then you've got the instructor who then shares their emphasis and area of expertise as well, and just all these great minds coming together in a room. Well, Kirstin, thank you so much for your time. It was such a pleasure to talk with you today and to hear about your experience. And you've just been such a wonderful addition to the program. So thank you for sharing your time with us. And I hope